some words of advice to my 16-year-old self, in no particular order. Dear Callie, don't you worry your lovely little mind. You're doing great. Somehow, you've managed to become incredibly confident and independent for your age, remain absolutely clueless about alcohol and drugs, and abstain from sex, thank God. I mean, it wouldn't destroy you, I'm sure, but that's some seriously complex emotional stuff. I will say that if I can't convince you not to get married right out of high school, which is, by the way, a terrible plan, you're gonna need to do some research. At least know what sex is supposed to basically be like before you get married. Ask questions. If that's uncomfortable, which I'd understand, read books or magazine articles about it. You may have been told otherwise, but seeking out information about sex does not make you a sinful person. It will, however, save you massive amounts of frustration, insecurity, and sessions of crying on the bathroom floor. It is a rare teenager indeed who can selectively care what people think. You don't care what clothes they tell you to wear, what people they tell you to like, or what music they tell you to listen to. Somehow, you've already got the ability to turn off the negative voices and tune into the positive ones, the ones who believe in you, of which there are many. So many, in fact, that you've not learned the art of believing in yourself without their reinforcement. And that's okay for now. Just know that you should never reject your own ideas. Your mind is constantly striving to please the people that you love and respect. And while those people have inspired you into some beautiful ideas and admirable actions, remember that the person you ought to be most eager to impress is, well, me. Callie, I'm only going to say this once. Hair gel is not your friend. Learn that, and you'll be well on your way to eventually loving your frizzy curls. I know it's not very big, but just give that Junior Miss scholarship to your sister. You're not going to college, and while you might feel like a failure at times because you don't know what you want and other kids seem to, I'm here to tell you that you do know what you want, better than anyone. You're just afraid to embrace it. Believe in your art. You'll struggle for years like any college student, and eventually you'll get to a modest living. Financially modest, but immeasurably rich in the knowledge that your passion for music sustains you. That is happiness. I know you think that being a songwriter gives you some mighty responsibility to become a role model, but you should just ditch that idea. You'll learn in time that sincerity is everything. If you strive to be a role model, you'll only force yourself into a facade of perfection. Don't sing what you think people need to hear. Sing the truth, even if it's ugly, sad, or downright uncomfortable. Please be aware of your worth as a woman in this world. Don't let conservative small-town America diminish your true nature. You do not have to want what they want, believe what they believe, or do what they do to be a force for good in this world. You'll go to that church youth gathering and you'll hear a woman you respect boldly preach that any girl who wears cute, colorful, or lacy underwear does it because she wants it to be seen and wants to be sinful. You'll be mildly annoyed by the harshness of such an idea, but you'll momentarily consider it and weigh your own actions based on it. Like, am I a slut? Girl, you do what you're comfortable with, but I'm telling you now that you'll never regret it if you stand up and tell the whole congregation what degrading, damaging, sexist bullshit that is. If you don't, you'll still fantasize about saying it when you're 29. Trust me. You are not depressed. When he tells you that you're depressed and over-emotional, he's doing it to manipulate you into bottling up your emotions so that he doesn't have to deal with them. Don't believe him for a second. Don't compromise who you are for any man ever. Love yourself first. Callie, you don't have to become your mother. She died when you were so young that you never experienced real-life difficulties with her. All you knew of her was the unreachable vision of perfection that came from all the stories. You should remember that she was only human, and so are you. Learn what you can from her story, but don't forget that it's okay for you to be a different person than her. You have your own story to live. I know you think that nobody understands you, and you might even be somewhat right, but it doesn't matter right now, not even a little bit. People don't have to understand every complex cog in your mind to offer you true friendship and unconditional love. Learn how to draw comfort from people who want to offer it. Your feelings are real and valid. I understand them. In time, you'll find me, and that will be enough. Hello and welcome to the beginning of the end of my video once again. I want to thank you guys so much for coming this far with me. This has been the last episode in season 2 of my brain logs because I am busting my ass to try and write a brand new album. And I'm just finding it really hard the more distractions and responsibilities I have to get in the right creative headspace to do so much songwriting. If that makes you sad, you should know that I am not disappearing from YouTube. I still post almost weekly videos on my band's YouTube channel, My Fair Fiend. I don't usually really jump on these internet trends, but I was really excited about this Dear Me project. Mine might have been a little unconventional, but that's truly the advice that I would have given to myself when I was 16. I chose age 16 because that's probably the age that I really needed a little bit of a pep talk from myself, more so than other times in my life. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you perhaps can relate to some of the advice that I gave to myself. And if you've made your own Dear Me video, be sure to share it with me. This has been a lovely season. Thank you for sharing all of your thoughts and feelings with me over coffee, and I will see you next week with My Fair Fiend.
This is how we're making things happen right now.
So great.
You're
So profesh.
Are your legs uncomfortable?
No, I'm good. I can do this forever.
Neck's working out.